he did it, and it's like I got this halo glow over me. So I apologize for the brightness. It's more for like, I guess you can say it's like a podcast. I would say that it's more about the words, not what I look like. So I apologize for the quick trash that you just saw. You know what? I can turn the lights off in the background. You do not necessarily need to see the lights. Hang on. I can fix this. We'll do this. I need my fan. And we can do this. We'll give ambience. There we go. There we go. Okay, normally I have the bright light on, but for some reason my son screwed up my stuff. So we'll do it like that. Okay. Now, what I'm talking about today, guys, is Greg Abbott and the senators and shareholders are attacking the hemp industry down here in Texas. Again, I don't know if Greg Abbott has anything to do with it, but I seriously think he does. And I think it's absolutely inappropriate, because we have a lot more things down here in Texas that needs to be attacked. Hemp, Delta, THCA, it actually does help. Recreational and actual using purposes that is medical, it needs to be here in Texas. Okay, things that they need to get off the streets: cigarettes, alcohol. They need to get Hulk off the street, which is basically, let me see, it's that K, I forgot what they call it. It's what they get people that basically get off taking fentanyl. It's basically fentanyl. They need to get that off because they're legally selling fentanyl in vape shops, and they need to get that away from people. Okay, and they need to get, like I said, liquor. Literally, people that are smoking Delta, THCA, hemp products, they're at home. They're relaxing. They're getting rid of pain. They're getting rid of cancer. They're getting rid of lupus, diabetes. For one, I'm a diabetic. When I'm smoking THCA and I'm smoking my Delta, it actually regulates my sugar. So yes, of course, the FDA, most pharmaceutical companies, they're not going to like that. I'm actually proof. My sugar levels are great when I'm smoking it. I really don't really need my metformin when I'm smoking it. I have lupus. I am in constant pain. I cannot even, me getting up walking like I just did, I'm hurting. My hips, I have been in a car accident. I've told this on my channel multiple times. My mom's ex-husband tried to kill me legally. He had a life insurance policy, and why he had it, he never adopted me legally. So legally, I should have been able to press charges on him. I'm not his child. He never adopted me. He had life insurance policies on both my sons. My sons were not even his grandchildren. He had it on my husband. We were never family, okay? Got in the car accident, my body is in pain. So when they approved hemp out here, I started doing that. Hemp never, does anything psychedelic. But Delta, when it gets a little bit stronger, it kind of does give you a head buzz. But CBD, honestly, it does not get rid of pain. It doesn't. The stronger stuff, it does. We need the stronger stuff. It's not because, oh my God, I want to get high. No, it's like, oh my God, I want to get rid of my pain. It helps with my hunger, because when I'm extremely nauseous, I take an edible of THCA or I smoke THCA. I can get rid of my nausea and I can eat. It helps with my migraines. I can explain so many benefits that it helps with. It helps with my depression. It helps with my anxiety. It helps with my PTSD. It helps with my ADHD and ADD, to where I can actually focus, to where I actually make very, legit, like educated conversations, where I make very long conversations where I'm not stuttering, stammering. I am partially dyslexic, and when I'm on it, it actually helps me a lot better. There's a lot more people out here in Texas that suffer like I do. And I do tremble like this. Like I have bursitis, and my grandpa did have bursitis. And it helps with that. I have tremors in my eye where they constantly do this number, and it helps with that. I have a lot of issues, and these stupid people are attacking it based on religion when they sit here and drink and smoke. I hate to tell you, a lot of doctors in the pharmaceutical industry, of course, they're going to say, oh, there's bad this, bad that, when they are hypocrites, when they're alcoholics and they're giving themselves cirrhosis of the liver. I hate to tell you, weed is far more safer than alcohol and guns, because I'm telling you, I'll live longer than you by taking weed than by someone drinking themselves to death, or someone having a gun and possibly someone breaking into their house and shooting them, or someone shooting their kids or their wives. So I'm thinking cigarettes, alcohol, and guns need a stricter ban than hemp products here in Texas. I'm really getting tired of, I'm not trying to get political, but it's the Republicans that are starting the crap down here. And they need to literally get chased out of Texas because of everything that they did down here last year. Like with Jasmine, they literally were holding her hostage. And why they have seats in the Senate still, I do not know. It was literally against the law what they did to Jasmine Crockett. They were holding her prisoner. But of course, because we have someone like Trump in the office, oh, they just got slapped on the wrist. It was utterly just, I was flabbergasted. Because it's like, things like this is being allowed, and we have corrupt politicians, and it's just like, it's okay. When we actually have, and it's an herb, it's not a drug. Drugs are grown in labs. This comes from the ground naturally. Okay, it's an herb. So, it's something that's grown in a lab. That's what I don't trust. I know weed comes from the ground. I've smoked weed since I was 15. I started smoking weed since I was in Colorado, and I've had no adverse side effects. When I smoked cigarettes, I stopped smoking cigarettes probably about 15 years ago. I have never felt better. Even when smoking weed, I have felt amazing. I have to get myself completely gone to get rid of my pain because of the things I've gone through. And I'll explain. The car accident was one. I was threatened not to go to the ER or I would get killed. My family would get killed, which I'm going to talk to a gentleman about getting this story put out there because I really want this out there. So maybe I could get legal help, maybe. My mom's ex told me I couldn't go to the hospital. So my neck all the way down to my spine to my tailbone was messed up. My right hip, because the impact was all on my side, which was the right side of his van. I suffered with that pain for 6 months. It was hard for me to walk. I still had to carpet clean, I mind you, because he had a carpet cleaning business. It was called Steam Wizard Carpet Cleaning. He started it out of El Paso, Texas. If any of y'all hear this business in Texas, do not use them. They are scam artists. Do not work with them. Okay? They are rude. They are snotty. They will overcharge you. I'm actually a better carpet cleaner than they were because they did cheap work. People actually would work with me. Well, that's why they kept business, was from my mom and me. And then they sold business. Anyway, I was told if I went to the emergency room, my family would drop. And he would actually kill my mom too. So I didn't go to the emergency room out of fear of what he would do to my family. So I've suffered with this pain. So I have injuries from that accident. He was actually trying to get me killed because I had to reach over, slam my hand on his knee to put it on the gas pedal. He wasn't speeding up. As I told him, there was a car coming towards us. He was going slower. So it's like it was a setup. Like he knew someone in Killeen and he was telling them right when we were coming out so they could speed up and hit me on the driver's side. So I would have got either severely injured as a vegetable or far worse, dead. Next injury. Taking care of my grandma when she lived at the apartments when I kept telling my mom she needed to be in a nursing home. It was called Golden Haven Apartments. My stupid aunts My main aunt, Joanne Tillery, which she always interfered with everything. She lives in El Paso, Texas, and she would never stay out of anybody's business, and she needs to. And which she interfered when I had my grandma's funeral done for free because I got the state involved, which she was in the Navy, which most people, if you are well known, you can get help from the state. If you're military and a family passes away and you do not have funds, they will actually cover the funeral expenses for free. My stupid, retarded aunt interfered, threatening the funeral home, and they had to turn around and put funds in, supposedly, which I don't even know if that's true. Anyway, my grandma wanted me to go get quarters. Why no one could drive to go get these quarters, I do not know why. I had to walk to said gas station, which was 2 blocks away from her house, which was fine. I enjoyed walking at that time. I was healthy. I was at 114 pounds. I was actually very small because I had got myself into shape. As I was walking back to her apartment, there was this wild crack in the cement. I had avoided it, I swear. My foot completely twisted all the way around. I had fell. It's like the cement grabbed my foot. It was freaky. I sat there for 5 minutes. Everybody around that saw me fall was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Do you need an ambulance?" I'm like, "No, I'm fall. I just fell. I'll get up. I'm just stunned for a minute." I get up. My foot's kind of numb. I can't feel it, so I'm able to slightly walk. But as I get closer to the apartment complex, the ankle starts kind of feeling weird. It kind of starts feeling jelly. And me and my husband at this time do not have health insurance because health insurance is retardedly expensive because George Bush is in office at this time. Republicans are not great. I don't care what anybody says. Republicans can kiss my butt. Anywho, so I get there and I tell my mom what happens and I show her my foot, which my foot is pretty much turning black. Why no one thought of taking me to the emergency room, I do not know. So I lived with this injury for a year, never being able to go to the hospital or anything. It never gets reset. It basically grows back the way that it is. So my ankle is actually broken. I mean, you could tell it's broken because it's like shifting on its own and whatever. So I literally just tie an ace bandage around it and try my best to keep it elevated. And I could barely walk on this SOB. So I literally have to limp around everywhere and try my best to stay off of it. Now, next injury that comes, and it's my mom being heartless. And why I put up with the abuse, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I care about the family, but then again, it's just like, it's why I distance myself sometimes. We had pot plants. And I've always been a dependable family member to my mom. I'm the only one she can count on. I'm the only one she could depend on. And I actually was. And it pissed me off that she even questioned me. She was like, "Go out there and water the plants. Quit being a lazy bitch and blah, 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 blah." And I'm sitting here just looking at her like, how dare you? You're living in my house. I pay the majority of your bills. She was supposed to be paying me close to $900, which she wasn't. We agreed upon it and she forgot or she lied about it because the bills were very expensive. We were paying $1,900 there almost. And then the electric bill was stupid retarded because of she had to have on like 9 lamps. And they had normal light bulbs in, so it's not power-saving light bulbs that were in there. It was regular light bulbs. So, yeah, she was running up my electricity. My electricity was $800 a month. And I'm like, no, sweetheart. And so, anyway, she keeps cussing me out. And I don't like being yelled at. I do not like being cussed at. I don't like my face being hit. So, there's a lot of PTSD things I have. There's a lot of triggers I have because I've been abused since I was like 2. So I've had abuse all my life, actually. Let me be honest. I've heard it since I was in utero. I remember it. And the doctor said that, yeah, that a child can remember stuff since utero. I remember it. I even remember seeing things in the womb. There was like this amber glow. I mean, I have very, 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 very vivid memories of it. And I remember hearing her and my dad fight. I remember hearing her crying. So it's very vivid. So she keeps on, and I'm like, I can water it in the morning. They're not going to die overnight. I mean, this is summer. They're fine. They were vibrant plants. I'm the only one that took care of these plants. She did not have a green thumb. I'm the one with the green thumb. So it irritated the hell out of me. I went out there to water these damn plants, and Lord, there was this huge hole, probably like, I can't even show y'all how big this hole was. And I thought I was avoiding it. No, I fall face forward, crack my left ankle, dislocate both these shoulders, re-injure my neck, my spine, my hip, my knee. Didn't even realize my hip and my knee got re-injured, nor my neck, nor my spine, nor my tailbone. So these are in, because when I fell, it's like literally like you're getting hit by a vehicle when you fall, because I fell hard and I had already put on like 70 pounds because of the first injury when I broke my right ankle. So I was already in a lot of pain at that time. I was already smoking CBD because of the ankle and the back. My neck hurted. My neck hurt, but not so much. It was mostly the back and my ankle. So I did vape. I still have my vape because, like I said, I'm a connoisseur. I know a lot of stuff about it. And these politicians, they don't want to argue with someone that's done it for a long time. I have done the drinks. I've done the gummies. I've done the edibles. I've done the vape. I understand all the products very thoroughly because of how much pain I have been in. I mean, I've even done the stuff on the lip. I have done the pills. So there's nothing I have not tried because of how much pain I am in. I mean, I am in excessive pain. There's not a moment I'm not in pain. I am sitting here in pain. I have fibromyalgia. The doctors took me off of my muscle spasm pills. I am never supposed to be off of it. Stupid Scott and White has removed me off of my medications that I'm not supposed to be on because it could affect my memory. It could do this. I have diabetes. Eventually, I may get dementia. What the living hell? Okay, they don't care about my health. All they care about is my money. And there's proof of that because if I could actually get a hold of an actual lawyer that is not a chicken, I could have God knows, a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Scott and White right now. Because of me, my daughter-in-law, my mom, and my grandma. They have had such medical malpractice, and just because it's a student learning center, they should not be having patients go there then. If it's a student learning facility, then they should not be doing medical procedures. They should not be operating on people. They should not be sitting there giving out medications. They should not be looking in people's hoo-haws. They should not be doing operations on people's anals. I had an operation dealing with my ovaries, which I have endometriosis. They told my mom I had it at the age of 6 because I'm not trying to gross anybody out. I started discharging at the age of 6, got my period at the age of 7. They had to go and, kind of give me an ultrasound and stuff. And because they were not going to, break the cherry because I was too young. Even though I was too young to get an ultrasound, they had to see what was going on. They could tell I had endometriosis. They told me in El Paso, ever since I was a child, all the way up until I was a teenager, I've had it. Colorado Springs, they even said I had endometriosis. Why the stupid hospital doesn't see it? They do not know medicine. All the doctors are retarded and stupid. And they have closed down hospitals that have been good. King's Daughters, here where I live, they seen I had endometriosis. They said I needed an operation. I've been needing a hysterectomy because female cancer, ovarian cancer, the whole thing inside, female cancer runs in my family. My grandma has had, before she passed away when she was really young, she had her whole female parts inside removed because it was ate up with cancer. So I'm supposed to actually literally, be on it. She had her breast removed. Then her other breast was ate up with cancer when she got older. My mom they're giving my mom chemo. So it's like why they were messing with me, I do not know. So this is why I'm making this kind of like video, because it's like these governors and these mayors do not really realize who they're attacking here in Texas, and they really need to back off because I'm tempted to sue them. Because like me, I need this stuff. And I don't need some cops messing with me because they're like, oh, you're, because every time I try to even go to order from people that I have ordered from before, I can't even get my joints and my stuff or my bud sent out to me. And it's like, I'm legally within my rights, and we already had it approved. So it's like, y'all shouldn't be able to go back and go, oh, we are negating this now. Legally, you should not be able to negate something that was already approved and it's not harming anybody. My lungs are perfectly clear. Okay. I literally come inside, eat, and go to bed afterwards, and I can sleep good. And I'm still in like a little bit of pain, but not as much. And it helps me calm down because I also have, I'm bipolar. I have to literally be on this literally this herb. It's the best herb I can be on. And doctors can't prescribe it because guess what? They do not legally possess the right, licensing to prescribe it to me. I literally buy it from vendors at stores. I'm not listing them because I'm not having them attacked. But the thing is I need these senators and mayors to back off before I actually find a lawyer and sue them. And actually, they need to approve it back because they have no right attacking these companies or attacking us because we are within our legal rights. They have other states that are doing it. And it's like, seriously, what they need to take up? Whippets. There's a store here where I live that I could tell that was selling it. And they sell stuff in the back of their store that they attacked one place called Jack of Spades. He was literally blunt, selling stuff right up in his store, and the cops literally went and messed with him. He was honest, and he wasn't doing anything wrong. There's a guy here that sells illegal shit in the back of his store. They tell you, we got stuff in the back if you want any. To me, it sounds like he's got cops in his back pocket. So shit like that's allowed to slide, but you're going to attack someone that's actually being honest and upfront and selling good products to people that he's actually trying to help within the hemp community. And it's like, to me, it sounds like cops are being picky. And if you're not paying them a right amount of money, and I live in Temple, Texas. And I know a lot of the vape stores. I keep my eyes on them. Because I like trying different gummies. I like trying different bud because, the bud on the street when you were buying it as a teenager before all this stuff became legal, it sucked. Because it was mostly seed. It was mostly clippings. It was mostly stem. It didn't taste good. They mostly were giving you freaking oregano. And it's like, and then they want to overcharge you. It's like, hell no. And the stuff that they're selling at stores, it's safer. It's not dosed with anything pharmaceutical. It's not laced. It's safe. So why y'all are bothering them, I do not know. Who y'all need to bother is alcohol people. You need to bother gun people. You need to bother people with fentanyl. You need to bother people that are doing whippets. That crap is dangerous. People on whippets, I'm like, that crap, why they take it, I do not know. I watched a video that this guy does. He interviews people in California, and he gets them from Skid Row. And this girl, she was like beautiful. She was tiny. She has tons of tattoos, and she got addicted to whippets. And I seen the damage it could do. And she had beautiful teeth. She has some vampire permanent ones and stuff. And she put on a lot of weight. She started not caring about herself. And it's horrible. I mean, people want to sit here and play. I'm an advocate for not smoking. Weed didn't do this to my teeth. Drugs didn't do this to my teeth. Cigarettes did this to my teeth, honey. Lack of care from Scott and White did this to my teeth because they didn't give me calcium when I was pregnant. They didn't give me vitamin D. All they gave me was prenatal vitamins. My children were sucking calcium out of me and my vitamin D, and they weren't really necessarily checking me correctly because I was going to be 16 with my firstborn and 22 with my second. And they were trying to force me to have more kids. I didn't want more. It's like I did, but I couldn't afford them. So I'm a smart female, and adult. I know within my reasons and rights what I can do. I wanted a hysterectomy because it's like, I'm not going to put myself through something I cannot do. And I'm not putting myself through that heartache. And they were trying to be, well, there's people that change their mind and blah, blah, blah. Once I make my mind up, it's made. And I'm tired of people trying to sit there and force their crap on me, like religion, beliefs, medical crap. People trying to sit here and take things from me like they're grounding me, like the stuff that I need for medical stuff, like my hemp, my CBD, my Delta. So if there's any lawyers out there that happen to watch this video, please put a message down in the chat so I could get a hold of you, because I actually want to sue Greg Abbott. I want to sue these senators because I have legal proof that I am this sick and that I do need this I need this herb. Because basically I have cancer. I have diabetes. I'm bipolar. I am severely hyper. I was on Ritalin in the 90s and 80s. They had me on the strongest case of Ritalin. I take Delta THC to help with all this, and it helps me. And they're taking the one thing away from me here in Texas out of their prejudiceness, because they're trying to load their pockets just with alcohol, because they're trying to help their barley, hemp, and all this other crap, because they have more investments in the alcohol trade. They're not realizing they can make more money off of investing in the hemp trade, because hemp makes more money than alcohol. These senators and governors are so, pardon my French, fucking dumb, not realizing how much money they can make. People prefer to do this. There's no hangovers, no side effects, no feeling like crap in the morning. You drink, you wake up throwing up. You wake up feeling like crap. You have a headache. I mean, you're still feeling like crap after you throw up. Your stomach hurts. It's like too much loud noise. Your eyes are like, ugh. I mean, you feel like that from drinking. You feel like shit the whole entire time. With hemp, you wake up, you feel refreshed. You feel wonderful. You have no headache. You might have a little cotton mouth, like dry mouth, but that's easily solved. They actually have something that you could put in your mouth that quickly hydrates you. They have a quick fix for that. Hemp, THC, weed, what they call it, it is an amazing product. And you can actually invest in it. They actually have stocks in it to where you could seriously get some money. Contact Snoop Dogg. Contact Martha. If you think I'm joking, you can make, Snoop Dogg has made millions off of this. Shit, I think Jeffree Star's even made money off of it. If you invest in this product in Texas and you don't take it away, you can make killings out here. They have one that they call hydro, that they grow it upside down, and it grows perfect in humidity. And we know Texas has hella humidity. There's a lot of people that like that hydro. And I'm telling you, they can actually make that to where it's actually within the Delta range, and it's actually not the actual weed. They consider it Delta, and they can actually do the hydro that way, and y'all can make a killing with that, and people will buy it up like candy. I'm telling you. And you senators and mayors in Texas do not know what you're doing. You're hurting yourselves. Not only, y'all may get sued the hell out of by a lot of it. There is, the majority of people in Texas smoke pot, because a lot of us have a lot of PTSD. A lot of us have anxiety. A lot of us have depression. A lot of us, we have cancer because of how the sun is. A lot of us are sick out here. And you're taking the one thing away from us that y'all promised we could have. And then they have to turn back to alcohol because, it's like they have to find something to relieve the pain, because the doctors are not giving medicine, and the medicine that they want to try to give out was opioids. And then that's why they had to go to the vape store and get on the stupid, that stupid medicine I just said, like the Hulk and all that. Me and my daughter took that crap, and it nearly killed us. My daughter and me both have stomach paresis, and my daughter also had a tumor that she had to get removed. No thanks to Scott White. It was like as big as a grapefruit, a baby's head, and they were playing around. And my daughter also has a heart issue. It was making, if her heart would have went up 20 more beats, she would have died. She's only going to be 25 this year. When I'm talking about a lawsuit, I am not fucking kidding. And this is from Scott and White, where they put pharmaceutical above, hemp. They were like, well, you're smoking weed. You're smoking weed. You're smoking weed. And they were ignoring her because she had Delta in her blood. They were not going to treat her for nothing. When I called up there and turned them in appropriately, then they did something. A doctor's like, you're not dying on my time. I got 2 nurses fired because they actually were putting other patients that were not even serious above my daughter. Let me see the heart condition she has. It starts with a T. I can't think. Hang on a minute. Heart condition. Sorry, guys. It's just like my brain sometimes. That starts with a T. Hang on a minute. Tachycardia. That's exactly what she has. And it's a condition characterized by an abnormal fast heart rate. And that means your heart and basically your heart's going to explode, pretty much. It's like literally your heart's beating way too fast and abnormal, and it's not safe because it's basically a heart attack. And her heart was literally going to do it that night. And it was crazy. And they don't realize when you smoke Delta THCA, it lowers your heart rate. And they're over here telling her not to do it. And it's the only thing that actually saves her fucking life. I'm sorry I'm cussing so much because I'm trying to be appropriate and senators or mayors listen to this. I apologize for me cussing, but you have to realize how upset I am. I'm trying to be appropriate and professional as I can, but you're taking the one thing that can actually improve the survival rate. And y'all talk about y'all are against abortions and y'all are pro-life and pro this. Well, if y'all are pro-life, why are taking something that can actually extend life away? That don't make no sense. That is hypocritical. Because that's the one thing that can actually really, really look at Willie Nelson. Extends life. I'm not joking. Martha. These people are very old and they are actually smoking weed. There's nuns that smoke weed, that actually curate weed and sell it. And there's some of those nuns in there that is old as hell, and they look healthy, and they are healthy, and they are thriving, and they are happy. And y'all want to sit here and talk bad about it? It's called y'all are alcoholics, and y'all like smoking, and y'all like your guns, and y'all want to take away the one thing that could better Texas. I mean, y'all ain't talking about the issues in Texas, like the water problem in Corpus, a town that's actually going to get shut down because the water is nasty in every single home and every single business. That we have towns shutting down all across the state of Texas because you mayors and our lovely, lovely, lovely governor ain't doing the job. How is it that Corpus is running out of water when it's right by the ocean, and y'all could purify that water and get all the salt out of it and use that water and put it into the reservoirs that y'all need? We actually have the biggest ocean right there at Corpus and Padre. Are y'all really that stupid? Like, really, it don't take that much comprehension to put 2 + 2 = 4, not 10. It's simple equations in math. I actually can sit on the board and figure all this crap out for you, since y'all are actually, acting like y'all got Down syndrome. And I'm not putting down a person with Down syndrome, because they actually got more brain cells than half you senators and actually Greg Abbott. Those people actually have more brain cells than all y'all. Y'all people are dumb because y'all do not know how to solve the simplest issues in Texas. I could solve probably more problems than y'all can. I could solve the water problem. I could actually probably get that town that is suffering from those pipes solved within probably a month. I could have all those pipes redone like that, lickety split, and I could have all that water flushed out, and everybody would be happy and cussing all y'all's butts out. It does not take that much. And that's why I say a woman can fix things quicker than a man. And I'm not trying to cut down my fellow man, because I'm married to a man and I'm non-binary, but I'm telling y'all, When y'all attack the hemp industry and y'all are not paying attention to real other problems in the state of Texas, it is utterly, utterly hypocritical. Because Delta, it does help people, and we need more people to pay attention to it. And there's other problems in Texas that needs to be attacked, and not the Delta industry. Our hemp industry does not need to be attacked. Y'all need to attack the other important things that is in Texas. Y'all need to attack the water issues. You need to attack the other drug issues. You need to attack. Stop trying to build stop repairing. Like, if y'all gonna repair roads, repair the small city roads that are cracked up and everything, that are having sinkholes and everything. Repair those roads. Quit repairing the fucking highways. The highways do not need repair. Okay, I'm tired of that. Quit expanding them so long, because all y'all are doing is wasting our tax money. And all y'all are doing is helping people speed and die. And y'all are so concerned about lives. My ass. Y'all are wasting all the tax money that we're giving y'all. Y'all pocketing the most of it. And a smart person like myself, when I've studied law to a point, because I was thinking about going actually into government with like something doing like Jasmine's doing, but I would have actually run for governor, because I would not want to be a measly mayor. I would have been the governor. That's why I told Jasmine, go for governor, ma'am, because you need to be the governor of Texas. Get Greg Abbott out. We need someone that can kick these mayors out that are not doing their jobs, because we have a lot of mayors in the state of Texas that are doing illegal, corrupt crap that need to be removed. And I know I said that I put like guns and everything else, so I'm talking about everything. Jasmine is a perfect candidate to be the governor of the state of Texas, and I salute that. And it's not just the fact because she's a woman. She states good facts, and they are extremely racist here. And I'm like, dude, we're not literally in 1900. We're not, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of these outdated values coming back, and they're not really values. They're dishonest traits. And it's all because of the KKK president that we have. And if anybody says he's not, his mom and father are fucking founders. It is actually proof. They hid it. And the only people that we really need to be fear of is the Rockefellers and the ones above them. They actually have money. They know how to actually get money flowing. Trump don't know nothing about money. He has lost so much money. Like when my stupid sister in Alaska was arguing with me and basically called me dumb, and I quit talking to her, she insulted me. I do not have anybody insult me. I've had enough of people insulting me. She actually told my husband to tell me happy birthday. Cool, whatever. You insulted me over a dumb president. He's going to be attacking Alaska. I hope she likes that, because he's going to go after the caribou she eats. He's planning to take all the damn caribou out before he gets out of office. I hope she's happy with the president that she was sitting there like, I love him. He's so perfect. Oh my God, he's so wonderful. I hope when you're starving, you're happy with the president you picked, sis. And I truly mean that, because he's going to take every bit of food you depend on. And then when you're starving and have to leave Alaska, the beautiful home you and your husband chose to literally get off the grid with, and you have to move back to America, I'm sorry. I really am. But you chose this ass, and you were defending him, not me. Because I know I did reports on him in school because I hate this man so much. I knew about the Trump Tower. I knew about his hotel. I know about the corrupt things he's done. My teachers gave me A+ because I got my facts straight. They removed these facts. They hid his corruptness. Yeah, he was on the Epstein files, and yeah, he had a little boy ramming him in the booty sexually. Little boy took a stake, a wooden stake, rammed it in his butt, and then kicked it. He's been wearing diapers since his early 20s, y'all. That's why he smells like crap. Anybody gets near him, they say he smells like shit. Yet everybody defends this pedophile. He might as well just be over there having sex with P. Diddy. Come at me, bro. I dare you. I will obliterate you. You don't want to pick a fight with me. Put me in jail. I dare you. I've already been there. And I got out because I'm an honest person. I don't care. Dishonest people, you may have your heaven here, but you're going to go to hell and you're going to die bad. So I ain't scared of shit. He's actually dying right now. He's trying to keep his stupid ass alive. No one knows. He probably has AIDS. He's actually gay. He's gay, y'all. That's why he hates gay people. It's so clear and it's evident. He married Melanie. It's called a cover. She's his cover. And it's sad because he has to sit there and hate on people that is part of who he is, that he has to keep it so hidden. Why would a little boy be the one poking him in the butt? Don't you think he would have picked a little girl instead if he wasn't gay? Why would he be fascinated with a little boy? Because most padres in Catholic places that molest little boys, they're gay. So people need to understand their facts and get them straight. I can see clear through people. I'm clairvoyant. I was born on a full moon. There was a special saying over me with the Native Americans in Oklahoma when I was born, because I was born with a veil. And I had a silver shiny coating all over my body. I was born very rare. So when I see something in somebody, I'm not lying. He is corrupt. He's evil. He's nasty. And trust me, he's not a snake. He's a chicken. That's why he ran to the White House. Him trying to tell the scorpion story, talking about the snake. It's called The Scorpion and the Swan. Don't mess up my story. It's when the scorpion went to the swan because he wanted to cross over to the other side of the water. He told the swan, could you please let me get a ride on your back because I can't swim. I'll sink and I'll die. And the swan's like, but you're a scorpion. You'll sting me. And I can't trust you because you're my mortal enemy. And the scorpion's like, but no, I won't sting you because I need to get across. And that would be wrong of me because we'll both drown. And the swan goes, huh, you're right. You wouldn't do that, silly, because you'd die and I'd die. So the swan let him crawl upon her back, and she slowly started fluttering her cute little flipper little pawn feet across the water, and the scorpion started nuzzling down on her back and just watching her, and out of nowhere he stung her in the neck, sinking venom into her as they were halfway across. And she got weaker and weaker, and she goes, why did you do that? He goes, it's just who I am, and it's in my nature. And they both sunk down in the water and drowned. And he's so stupid that he doesn't know the story, because that's how it really goes, as the scorpion and the swan. It's not the damn snake, because I am born a Scorpio. And he's that retarded and dumb that he didn't even know the damn story. It's like, get it right, you dumbass. And that goes to show, get a proper education, you know? And I have, the bad thing is I have never graduated. I have done my mom's college work 2 times and helped her get her diploma in college. And I've got her A fucking pluses in every fucking class she took. Why I never finished? High school is harder than college. Why? I do not know. And it aggravates me because when I went to classes at Temple College where I live, everyone in there's annoying. There's one guy named Richard here where I live. He always thought I was stalking him. I'm like, dude, get over yourself. He stalked me. And it was so annoying. Like, I went to go get a job at Petco. He was there. I'm like, why are you everywhere I go? When I was working at Walmart, he was there. I'm like, is there anywhere I can go that you're not here? And he was always bothering me. Like, I'd go outside to smoke a cigarette. He was there. I'm like, is there anywhere I can go that you're not? Can you please quit following me? I said, dude, I came out here to smoke a cigarette. Why are you out here? You don't smoke. I even told him, he was my boyfriend at the time, but now he's my husband because we've been together 23 years, married 22. So I'm like, dude, I have my at the time, my boyfriend's hotter than you. He actually has a car. He don't have a bum ride from his mama. Why the hell would I want you? You're a scrub. I was like, nope. It's like my man got a job, got his own car, got his own money. He's dependable, and you literally are nothing. So it's just like there's just annoyances, but that's not even dealing with this. I need to stay on topic. Anyway, thing of the matter is, there's just a lot of things that's going on in Texas that there's things that need to be addressed within the councils here, within the governor, within the government. Trump needs to, stay out of his own. He needs to stay away from Texas because Texas has nothing to do with his shit. Okay? Because he knows nothing about laws, him changing the laws. I cannot wait till he's out of the office and someone goes back and fixes everything. And please put back all the syllabus, all the books that have been taken out. Just keep out like the stuff like 50 Shades of Grey and all that. Kids need to know about the oppressions. They need to know about the racism. They need to know about like the Native American oppression. They need to know about the Black oppression. They need to know about the Hispanic oppression. They need to know about the Chinese oppression. They need to know about what happened in America. If y'all are ashamed of what happened, I'm sorry. Your ancestors were assholes and they did fucked up shit. If you're ashamed of it, don't repeat the past. Fix it. Okay? It's that simple. Don't copy your ancestors if you're ashamed of what they did. It's that simple. Don't repeat the past if you're that damn ashamed. Now, Trump can do the same thing. If they're that embarrassed and they don't want people knowing what happened in America, don't repeat it. You're repeating it. Y'all are literally being so racist and fascist and hypocritical and everything right now. It is making me sick. I mean, seeing innocent people that have done no wrong being thrown in racist camps, not getting fed, not having any water, not having any hospitalizations when they're sick because they're left unattended in nasty areas with poop and pee and blood and dead people. I mean, it's horrifying. And this is what he's doing to people. And he has no chill about it. I can see if there were like horrible people that killed people, that maimed people, that did, ostracization. I mean, it raped people or something horrible and bad and deplorable. I could understand that. But these are innocent, good people that are trying to make a living, that came here to better themselves, to get an education, to do something for la familia, their family. And it's like, and he hired them. He had Mexicans, Chinese, Samoans. I never seen one white person working at Trump Tower, cleaning his shit. So what right is he having saying anything? Or any of these racist people in Texas that are all for him? Or anybody in any state that's racist saying anything? Y'all eat at Mexican restaurants. Y'all eat at Chinese restaurants. Y'all eat at Korean restaurants. Y'all eat at Japanese restaurants. Y'all celebrate Cinco de Mayo like y'all have something to do with it. Y'all motherfuckers have nothing to do with that. That is a Mexican holiday for the Alamo. Y'all have nothing to do with that. You white people were attacking them at the Alamo, so you motherfuckers don't deserve no margarita. You guys deserve an arrow in the butt or maybe getting stabbed in the butt because y'all are trying to take their freedom. So y'all trying to celebrate something like that, y'all deserve to get slapped. And y'all trying to eat at their restaurants talking about disrespectful having asses. You're disrespecting their culture. You're hating on their culture. You're trying to kick them out of America, but yet you want to go to the restaurants. And then this is going to be the kicker. Y'all are going to try to cook their food being white. Trying to cook black people's barbecue. Trying to cook Mexican people's Mexican food. Trying to cook Chinese people Chinese food. I am going to be on the floor laughing. Y'all people don't know how to cook this shit. Y'all are white. Be white. Cook your hamburgers. Cook your french fries. But actually, honestly, that's black. Black people introduce cheeseburgers and shit. It's like, honestly, white people, I think only know how to do like grits, mashed potatoes, but that's even black because that came from Southern. They learned everything from Southern black people that actually were slaves that taught them how to cook because motherfuckers were too lazy and didn't want to do shit. My grandma had a slave and I damn near slapped her. She was raised by two slaves, and she said they were better than her aunt and uncle that adopted her because her mom and dad died. So her aunt and uncle was her mama and daddy, and she didn't like them, but they had slaves. I was like, Grandma, I hate you. She looked at me funny and was trying to say something. I said, I don't want to hear nothing from your racist ass. And my grandpa started laughing. My grandpa, their family didn't have one. My grandpa and his older relatives raised their siblings because his mom and dad died early. So him and his older siblings supported their family and ran their farm and their manor. They had a manor. And then the older siblings, my grandpa went to the army, and then some of his brothers went to like the Navy, and then some of them went to the Air Force so they could support the younger ones and make sure that they were okay, and then they could handle taking care of the manor and the bills and whatnot. My grandma, they also had a manor, but then they were snobby because they had money and everything else and blah, 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 blah. But my grandpa's family, they had a farm, which they contribute to a lot of family, but they were humble people. My grandma's family wasn't so humble. They were snobs. So you can imagine how difficult my life was growing up. That's why I had PTSD, anxiety, depression, and all that because my grandma was a wench. And I had to set her straight a lot of times. I gave her a lot of life lessons. And at the end, she was a changed woman, but she died a horrible death because, like I told her, she did not get her credit with her karma fix. That woman, she had a lot of, as I call it, she earned a lot of, how you say it, she earned a lot of debt with that credit because she didn't pay it off. So basically, she got behind on her debt and she got in trouble. And when I said she died bad, gangrene on the foot, she had holes all up inside her back and her butt. When I say holes, I can almost see her spine. I know that's kind of graphic, but I'm not joking. This woman was being ate alive by cancer and gangrene. And she died slowly and painfully for all the shit she did for being racist, for cursing people and wish magic. Because she wished that, like, she wished one day I would lose my voice. 2 days later, I had strep throat so bad I couldn't even talk. I could barely open my mouth. I mean, my lymph nodes were swollen so bad. I mean, I ran a fever so high, I nearly died. That's when I actually got a heart murmur because they gave me stronger medicine and it mixed with my Ritalin. And the doctors were really worried because how high my fever was spiking. No thanks to her, I got a hole in my heart. Yeah, because they were worried because they said how high the prescription they were giving me, it was a side effect possibility, which it was a strong side effect possibility. So a lot of reasons why I don't like taking pharmaceuticals. I want to get off a lot of my medicines and just take strictly Delta if I can, because a lot of it puts a lot of weight on me. I mean, when I got hurt, I put on an additional 200 pounds. And like I said, I was 114, so I'm like 300 plus right now. I mean, I need to get like tummy lift and tucking because I have lost a lot of weight, and I think that would take a lot of weight off me because a lot of it is very flabby and loose. So I think that's the main thing. I just can't get that off. I mean, maybe if I could get a hold of Dr. Nassif and Dr. DeBro, that would be freaking phenomenal. And they could do it because they do excellent surgeries. But I mean, they're all the way in Colorado. So not Colorado, but California. And I know they help people. And I've never had a surgery like that. I mean, I've had surgeries like where they've done the tubal ligation, hemorrhoid surgery. I've had lancings of like big cysts and stuff, but I've never had something like a tummy tuck or anything like that. But I can't stand having all this fat on me because of all the injuries and everything that I've had. It's just horrible. But I'm just putting this here because I also want to update y'all too. If y'all want any education dealing with Delta, CBD, hemp, THC, THC H. I can tell you the benefits. I can tell you how you're going to feel. I can tell you about different products. I can have you email me where we could talk on email. So if you don't want to talk, boldly in front of the camera, so just in case it's like, if you feel like it's incriminating, I can give you my email. I need to take a drink. Dry. I haven't smoked nothing, but I got dry mouth and I haven't took my gummy because I'm waiting on some of my gummies to get here. Because I can tell you which companies work for me best, per se, because I have a high pain threshold. But when I say I'm hurting, I got to be hurting bad. And I also have a high medication threshold. So that means I have a high herbal threshold. Because, like, I had to take 4 Tylenol PMs. I took 4 Tylenol PMs already and 6 gabapentin. And I still ain't feeling nothing. And my gabapentin is strong. I'm not playing. And think about 4 Tylenol PMs at 500 milligrams. That's 2,000 milligrams that I've taken. I take that every night. 6 gabapentin and 4 Tylenol PMs. I take that every night. I have a high threshold. I really do. So when I'm on my gummies, I normally take 3 to 4 gummies. So it's almost 2,000 milligrams right there. And then I go smoke. When I say I'm in pain, there's no joking. I'm in severe pain. Well, I could barely get off that bed. I go to the bathroom. I walk to my porch. I smoke with my daughter-in-law. She's going to be 25. She's of age. My oldest is 27, and my youngest is going to be 24. All my children are of age, so if they smoke with me, it's fine. I wouldn't even let my kids have a drink of alcohol until they were 21. I bought them their drinks. I'm a very responsible parent. So I do not let my kids do anything they're not supposed to until they were of age. Shoot, I didn't even let my kids actually make love or have sex until they were married. And I made sure I had them in separate rooms because my daughter-in-law moved in with me. And because her mom, basically a womb holder, as I would call her, a fetus giver, she was an abusive cunt. So I'm going to be blunt. She abused my daughter very badly. She kicked her in the stomach. The tumors are probably from her. She's beat my daughter in the face multiple times. So my daughter-in-law and myself literally have a shared life that is pretty much identical. And my poor daughter-in-law suffers like I do with bone pain, joint pain. So when we both smoke together, it's to ease our pain. And the gummies help us both because we are both suffering so much. And it's like the doctors don't understand. I mean, because her and I both take so much depression medication, and it's just like, it's debilitating sometimes when you're on that medication. And it's like, you literally feel nothing when you're on that medication. You're not human. And that's the only thing. Like topiramate, I don't mind taking because it helps with the migraines, it helps with the weight, and it helps with the depression and PTSD. I don't mind it because I still feel like me. The venlafaxine and the buspirone, those two, I do feel like they help me. I do feel semi-human, but sometimes I do get a little bit outbursty, I think. I don't know if it's from the medication, but sometimes I think it's because of the PTSD and my bipolarism, but the weed helps with that. So that's what people need to understand. When you don't have it there and it does help, it's just like, it's not that I'm like, oh my God, I have to have it because I'm addicted. No, it's not that. When you have a chemical imbalance and you're taking something to actually help it, because I'm even taking one for my menopause. I'm taking one for mood for my menopause. It totally helps. I don't even have to take something stupid from the doctors. I can take something natural. And it helps me and it relaxes me. I don't get the horrible cramps. And I actually have to take something from the doctor to stop bleeding. Because I bleed, when I bleed because of my endometriosis, like when I first got my like horrible periods, I would miss months, like a month of school sometimes. I would be throwing up. The cramps, it feels like, it actually felt like I was giving birth. Because it literally felt like my ovaries were literally being crushed and folded inward, and it felt like someone was literally just like punching my uterus. And it's just like not a normal punch. It felt like a cinder block was punching the crap out of me, and it would not stop. And I'm not trying to be gross, but I had to change my maxi pad every 2 hours. And I had two huge winged, like those really like super heavy winged maxi pads. And I had to change those every 2 hours. They were soaked heavy. And that's from endometriosis. Okay. And I would rather, and that's why I said I got mad at Scott White for even arguing or not putting this on my file and trying to help me, because I'm actually supposed to be on some heavy duty medication, but I don't want to be. This is why I'm supposed to have a hysterectomy, because if I get severe cancer, which I basically have it, because I can feel crap in there popping, like heavy. When I get the heavy popping, I am in so much pain. Like I can't even move. I just have to cradle my stomach like this. So I had one pain one day and I literally thought I was going to die. And it was in my stomach. And Scott and Mike don't care. But when I go and I take the Delta and stuff and I do enough of it, the edge is gone. Like the pain just starts. And you can feel it lifting. I mean, it's almost like I'm getting an epidural. That's what I can compare it to. It's like better than an epidural, because epidurals are extremely dangerous because they have to literally go and like they got to measure in between your spine to actually get the right area to make sure they're numbing you just right. And if they hit a nerve the wrong way, which I think they have, because I was like with my son, my youngest son, I was going in labor with him because they gave me a saddle block, which saddle blocks are awesome. And they gave me a fun little button to push when I was in pain. So with that, it's so much better than that, because I don't have to worry about hurting myself. I don't have to worry about damaging myself. There's no risk. I know, like literally with hemp and weed and Delta and THC, you know your limit. Now, if you're going to do an edible, only do like, I'd say I microdose. I tell anybody and everybody, microdose. I messed up the first time I started with edibles, okay? I ate a whole gummy, a whole cookie like that big, and I was vaping my ass off. I messed up. And this is why I do this kind of thing, so I can educate people. And this is why you get people that are educated, Texans, the governors and the mayors. You let someone like me come and speak to people that want to smoke weed, that want to do edibles, and you let them educate people so they don't hurt themselves. That's what you're supposed to do. You get someone that is a advocate, that's a speaker, and you tell them, you take about that much. That's about yay wide. That's how much you take. That's it. And you wait about an hour to 30 minutes, 30 minutes. And then if you still don't feel enough, you actually eat before you take a gummy or an edible. Because when you do that, it actually helps regulate your system and it gets it working. And then that will actually get the gummy and the edible to work because it's in your bloodstream. It works different than smokables. Smokables are not in your blood. They're actually up here. It's cognitive. So that's where it's different. And see, if you get an educated person to teach you, it's different. See? So these stupid people as our governors and mayors don't understand this crap. And if you get someone like myself that has been doing it since they were 15 and that's actually studied it and educated themselves rather than just people that are just trying to sell it, get it out of their store, and they just smoke it for the hell of it. I'm a connoisseur. Okay. I actually do this for multiple reasons. And it's not just because I like getting stoned the hell out. No, when I was younger, yeah. Because it was to help me because I was stressed the hell out. And I literally was drinking my ass off when I was young to numb my pain. I was in a lot of pain, like emotionally, because the crap I went through when I was young. I was having a man picked over me by my mom. I was actually legally abandoned for a year. I was with my grandparents and I didn't like my mom barely came to see me. She was living in a small pink trailer that could fit in my bedroom probably 10 times. She picked a man over her daughter and I was only 12. Legally, my mom should have went to jail for legally abandoning me. And that motherfucker should have went to jail too for taking my mom. So when I tell y'all, I have gone through a lot, and the governors and the senators are taking crap away from me. And I actually don't have money to move away from Texas, because if that was possible, I'd be in Massachusetts right now in Salem. You know, I would be somewhere cool like New Orleans, hanging out with the freaking voodoo queens and shit, or, you know, back in Colorado Springs, smoking it up, you know. I would be somewhere cool, not here in Texas with a bunch of evil, hypocritical mugs that just want to drink and get cirrhosis of the liver and just wreck into a house. I mean, where I live is a nice community. They have wrecked into a pool and wrecked into a mailbox. And this is a rich community that I live in. Okay? And I'm sitting here like, I'm like, how? How? And it's like, no matter where I go, it's ghetto. And this is what I'm saying. They're attacking the wrong things. You need to attack liquor. You need to attack guns. You need to attack fentanyl, ketamine. That's it. They have ketamine in vape stores. They need to get ketamine gone. That crap, oh my God, it is bad. And it is seriously illegal. It is fentanyl. Ketamine is fentanyl. If you research it, it's basically everything that fentanyl is. It's just named different. Basically, that's what the Hulk is. It's fentanyl. We broke the tablet. I gave one to my daughter-in-law, and I took one. I was sweating so bad. I puked. She puked. Our hearts were racing. Oh, my God. I mean, we literally almost could not eat. I mean, we were barely eating soup. We were eating like the Lipton's chicken noodle, like very thin soup, because that's barely all we could eat. We could barely muster down to get crackers. I was going to call the vape shop that I bought it from, and I still need to call them and let them know, because it's been months since we took it. Because, I mean, we're still recovering from it. And that's bad, because my stomach still has not felt right since I took that stupid ketamine Hulk. And like I said, they're worrying about stupid things that are not hurting people. There's more important things in Texas that is going on. Like I said, the water, the guns, the liquor. The liquor needs to go. I mean, yeah, I have a bunch of liquor in my house because I make special drinks for my family. My husband, I got him where he enjoys drinking. His brother-in-law made him a gross margarita. His brother made it for him. He didn't want to drink no more. I make him a whiskey sour. He loves. My mom was a bartender. My mom was one of the best bartenders in El Paso, Texas at Bobby Q's. If anybody knows Karen, that was my mom at Bobby Q's at El Paso, Texas, okay? I learned how to bartend from my mom. I sat up at the bar. I was playing the little thing. It probably wasn't the best thing for a young child, but it was also a restaurant. But I sat up there. I was eating a bunch of cherries, eating the oranges, and, you know, salting them. The managers all knew me. Rick and John, they're probably dead by now, hopefully. I hated the fucking daughter because she was a bitch. I know I'm being blunt, and probably the senators and governors, if they hear this, I care. It's Texas. We all cuss. Big whoopee-doo. They probably cuss worse than I do, so you know what? But anyway, I learned how to bartend from my mom. I learned the bar backs. I mean, the cook was amazing. He made me amazing barbecue. Wonderful black man. He was like my uncle. I loved him. Gerald. He was so cool. And so, yeah, I made my husband drinks, and he loves them now. So I get drinks offline. Like, I've learned how to make some really cool Halloween drinks. I just make them my own way because I don't make them as strong as they suggest. I kind of, Like I learned one from Martha's Kitchen. She has this one. It's like autumn sangria. It's really good. You put like a bunch of fruit in it, and you put like apple cider in it, and a wine. You put like a whole bottle of wine in it. Oh, excuse me. And I forgot what else you put in it, but everyone loved it. It was really good. And to me, you could drink that one any time of year because it's just really sweet. I like sweet drinks. I don't like bitter. I don't like, ugh. So if I'm going to drink something, but I stay home, I do like, Dos Equis, drink responsibly. But even when I smoke, I don't drive. I've never had my mom, very controlling, very vindictive, very narcissistic. Her ex-husband that was trying to murder me put it in her head to never let me get my driver's license. And then anytime I try to move away, she always tried to blackmail me, talking about if you move away, I'm calling CPS, I'll take your kids away. She always tried to keep me under her thumb. And I'm like, because I wanted to move away from Texas. At that time, I should have just grabbed my husband, grabbed my kids, and left because we had money. And I could have got away from Texas and I would have been fine. But no. I mean, just like my stupid cousin in El Paso, she's stuck under her mom's thumb because she's a scary bitch. And if anybody can turn them in, she has my cousin, all three of my cousins, their name is Debbie, Brittany, and Stephanie. She has all three of them lying about their disability. None of them are disabled. They're all fine. She has them all saying they're retarded. They're not retarded. She actually used to tie my cousins up, the two girls, Brittany and Stephanie, my twin cousins. And I had seen this since they were babies because she did not want to chase them. She actually, and this is so sad, she actually gave my cousins asthma. The girls never had asthma. They never had it. They were healthy. They were perfectly fine. She would, like a chair I'm sitting in, she would put ropes around them and a basket under their butt and would not allow them to play because she did not want to chase them. She didn't want her expensive stuff broke. She would not allow them to be children. Until they learned that children sit and do not run and play, she would then let them get up and sit on the couch and watch TV. She did that for years. My cousins then developed asthma because they could not play and their lungs got weak. They had got severe asthma because of my aunt doing Tillery. And then she got them where they were so scared, she told them that they were going to get on disability, and if they didn't, she was actually going to get them put in jail. They faked being retarded. Even their mom said she was retarded and got on disability. Yeah. Like I said, Texas needs to get more involved in a lot more things that are more important, like that. That's an illegal case. I could tell y'all the names and date of birth and everything. That needs to be investigated because there's a lot of abuse that goes on in that household. My aunt verbally abuses both the sisters, Debbie and Cheryl, and she abuses the twin cousins, Brittany and Stephanie. And she's the one that had literally came in between my grandma's case getting investigated because my grandmother was actually raped at a nursing home. My grandma got abused. I could actually sue the nursing home, but my aunt got involved and actually stopped the case because they were actually going to give me a free autopsy. So there's just so much stuff. And like I said, Texas does not investigate things that need to be investigated. There's so much corrupt things that politicians here do that is not funny. That if you're like, oh, if you're paying into something and, you're paying the troopers, the cops, and the firefighters and paying into the, the politicians, then, you're fine with us. My aunt does. And my aunt also has stole from banks. She's actually, my cousin Debbie actually used to have a beautician's license, and she wouldn't even let my cousin get a job. I mean, she could literally be working right now, doing hair, doing nails, doing what she wanted to do, and she held my cousin back. But Texans, of course, like the senators and the mayors, the mayor and the governor or whatever, they don't investigate it. But it still ticks me off that we have the one thing that they're only wanting to attack is a herb. That's the main thing that they're focusing on now. They're attacking the one thing that keeps a lot of people calm, that they don't fight. But as soon as everybody gets off of it, it's going to get bad here. And they think I'm joking. There's going to probably be riots. There's been a lot of shit happening here in Texas. And I've been noticing that people have not been watching the news. I've noticed that one place that got bombed in the apartment, no one noticed that. Oh, we've seen that there were so many people that died here, but oh yeah, there was a senator that happened to die in this apartment too. Awfully fishy, don't y'all think? No one pressed why that happened. It was a Republican senator that actually was standing against Trump. Funny how that apartment exploded. Funny. No one wants to investigate it to see if it was foul play. Like, it happened on purpose. I'm telling you, it did. Corruption goes very, very far within his family. And I'm telling you, he had something to do with it. I can guarantee it. Because he does a lot of things that is extremely corrupt. And I want to know why all of a sudden that Texas wants to separate themselves when a lot of states are pro-weed now. And why they want to do this. So I'm begging my fellow Texans to vote against all the government and our mayors to get them out so we can get people in that are going to help us and actually help better Texas. That's what we need. We need actually, and I know this is stupid because people are like, politicians do that. There's actually politicians that do care about us. And y'all need to realize this. All politicians are not built the same. Like, people talk shit about Obama. Obama was actually a damn good president. Y'all need to shut up. What did he do that was wrong? He actually caught Osama bin Laden and Saddam Hussein. He ended 2 wars that Trump started and Bush started. So excuse me. He actually helped out a lot of families and actually started up a lot of help funds for hurricane, tornadoes, a lot of relief funds that actually helped out a lot of families when Trump's over here taking away a lot of those relief funds. And y'all are over here praising Trump when he's damaging the United States, when Obama was fixing things that Bush Jr. ruined. So if y'all want to condemn somebody, y'all need to condemn Bush Jr., Bush, Trump. Y'all need to put the blame where it belongs. Because it was awful funny. Y'all don't remember, Trump said, if y'all kick me out of office, y'all are going to live to regret it. And all of a sudden, COVID spiked. And then if he said he lost the term, that's when COVID happened. It didn't get out here. And then he got in office when COVID was going crazy, and then he shut down everything. Nobody got really mad at him when he shut down the United States. It's kind of funny. I thought all y'all would be mad at him for closing down the United States. Me, I liked it. I didn't like having to deal with all y'all. It was actually nice being all quiet and shit, not having to hear cars, not having to hear kids. I liked being on quarantine. I liked all y'all being in y'all's houses, actually. I hate saying that. But if I can't have my weed and my gummies, all y'all need to be staying away from me. Y'all bring out the violence in me. Y'all don't understand that. All y'all act ignorant as hell, especially in the stores over stupid shit. And my husband won't let me hit y'all. I want to hit y'all. And within my right, if you're taking something that I already have my hands on, I'm going to backhand y'all like I'm your pimp, and you're going to get outside on the corner and make me my $25 per hour. You hear me? And I slap like a pimp. You can ask my child, because I'll backhand you quicker than anything. I ain't playing. I'm still the OG, and I'm still the terror of Temple, and I'm telling you something right now. You mess with me, you'll hit the ground. And people may have forgot about me, but I'm going to start reminding people who the hell I am, because I am still the same old G. I may have grown up and I may have matured, but I'll still knock the hell out of you. And that is within my rights. I may not have a gun, but I will hit you. People can shoot people. Why the hell can I hit somebody? It is within my rights. And my computer keeps flashing because I think I'm turning it on. It's getting excited. I'm talking dirty. I'm being silly. But I know these governors and senators, if they ever watch this, and it's probably a big, huge if, they're like, she's threatening people. No, I am bipolar. I have PTSD. I have depression. I have anxiety. Y'all are taking the one thing that keeps me calm away from me now. You think I'm not going to get violent? I'm being serious. It's the one thing that keeps me from not wanting to hit people. It's the one thing that keeps me very calm, even when people are being stupid. I just tell them, can y'all chill out, please? Because y'all are bringing something very bad out in me. Chill. And they chill. Most of the time, people are always coming to me, talking to me out of the blue, because weirdly enough, people are drawn to me. And I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, I literally am the life of the party, which that's cool. But I get very irritated. I like being a loner, and I used to like, having a lot of friends. I used to like going out and everything. Now I don't. I like my solitude. I just like being around my kids and my husband and hopefully my grandchildren eventually. But society has ruined it for me. Just seeing how you people act and the things y'all say and just basically how my government behaves. Y'all have literally turned me against y'all. It's like, I mean, y'all are gonna be like, we don't want nothing to do with you. Just thank you. Think that hurts my feelings? It doesn't hurt me a bit. Y'all are morons. I don't literally want nothing to do with uneducated fools. Because you seriously think you're going to tickle my fancy and make my brain thirst for you? No. I'm like Lestat. You never satisfy my thirst. It's like, you honestly think I'm going to chase after you and be like, ooh, baby, yes. No. Ooh, woo. No. You're a boo-woo. All y'all think y'all got something special going on? You ain't nothing special, honey. It's like, honestly, if you're making someone like myself go into hiding, that's not good. I'm an X model that had perfect teeth, that actually had perfect curves. I have an hourglass figure. I'm like a triple D. And I used to have a big, nice butt. I have actual nice legs. And y'all turned my butt into hiding. People wanted me to get an OnlyFans page, and they were offering me $100 to about $500 just for 30 minutes. And y'all put me in hiding. Yeah. Sometimes they were offering me $1,000 depending. And I had lines up for sugar daddies, like out the ass. And that's not me being conceited. That's me being for real. I still get it. I mean, I had a guy offering me to be a sugar daddy for $10,000 per day. I still get people like offering me to be a plus size model. I actually got 5 offers just this week. It's just I have to travel a lot and I don't have my weed. I will be getting some that is still legal somewhat. It still has to get here. But it's like y'all are taking away a lot that I need. So, ugh. But yeah. Sorry, I was reading something dealing with where I live and someone agrees with me. Thank goodness. Spooky season vibes invited you. Okay, yeah, I'll follow that. That's something I like. Sorry, guys. People are liking some of my stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay. Let me turn that off because I'm getting distracted. Sorry. You gotta love it when you get distracted by cell phones. That's pretty much what everybody does. I try not to be that way because, like, the joke that you see, like, everybody used to be out in the side in the 80s and 90s playing outside and chilling and everything. Now everybody's like, I'm the type that I still like, if I was healthy enough, I would be outdoors because I used to love, my photography, which I'll show you. I'm not joking. Canon Rebel, baby. Professional photographer. Not professional, but I do amateur photography, which I've said I do nature and stuff, animals. Um, my cousin is a professional photographer. She's had stuff in magazines and stuff, which I'm very proud of her. I'm not gonna throw her name out. I'm only throwing certain names out of people that I want to shame. I'm not shaming people that I love deeply. But she's actually one of my favorite cousins. I have two favorite cousins right now on my mom's side that I love and adore. It's my female cousin and my male cousin. She's like my sister and he's like my brother. She stuck up for me a lot. She's defended me to my sister, actually, when my sister was actually pretty much calling me ignorant. And my cousin didn't like it and she stuck up for me. So she had my back and I really appreciate it. And she's also gave me some education dealing with my camera and where to get some extra stuff and where to look at. And she's shown me a lot of pictures she took. And I love her puppies. They're so freaking cute. She takes care of older dogs that basically people put up for adoption and they need to have homes. And she has a Basset and I think a Beagle. And they're adorable. And she homes them so they can have a good life before they pass. And I totally respect that because I would do that, in a heartbeat. Because I love dogs too. I love all animals because there's a guy, and I'm changing the subject real fast. There's a guy, if y'all want to sub to him, he's called the Urban. Hang on, I'll tell you right now. I got to pull him up on YouTube because I'm trying to get him where he'll come. He's taking a break on YouTube, but I'm trying to get him more subscribers because he definitely needs it because he's actually a really cool guy. Urban. He's called the Urban Rescue Ranch. Let me see if y'all can see it. Hang on. That is him. He's actually really cool. He's in Waco, Texas. You can contact him. You can actually get like a walk through his rescue ranch that he has. And he actually has different animals. It's really cool. The reason why I'm saying this on this page is maybe the government can help sponsor him and he can actually get more funding because he actually helps with kangaroo. He's got capybara. He sometimes does foxes. He has a place out there for bears, cougars. He's got 2 bobcats, which the bobcats are so cute. He's got 2 vultures, which he's raised. He's got chickens. Some people give him forgot what they're called, the little tiny birds that people eat in barbecue, but he sometimes, he feeds them to the wildlife. He's housed coyotes. He did have several, but he gave it to another rescue place because at that time he didn't have enough of area for that place, but he wanted it for like cougars, foxes, and bears and stuff. So he got rid of the several, but he wanted to take care of her. He does joke around a lot. He's very sarcastic. He's actually really funny. He's actually really sweet. And I feel he needs he needs the love and support. And I normally don't give shout outs to Christian folks, and I know that's kind of weird, but I do have Christian friends. One of my closest friends, she's like my sister. She's actually Christian. So I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh my God. I don't really judge, but I'm throwing a bone out there because he doesn't push it. So that's why I respect it. And he's very open-minded and he's kind of flirty with his jokes. So it's kind of like, whoa. So I was like, okay, he's a cool Christian. I like that. So, and his jokes are very bold. So I was like, okay. And I like that. I like open-minded people that they're raw and they're not shady and they are who they are. And, he's had a rough life. I mean, he's lost a lot of friends, lost a lot of animals. But he keeps it real and he keeps it raw. And he's a college student. I do believe if he said he has 1 degree and he's working on his second. And he's a really smart kid. I'm older than him, so that's why I call him a kid. But he's like in his 20s, I think. And so I'm 20 years older than him. So that's why he's a kid to me, because he's like the same age as my kids. He's like actually almost the same age as my oldest. So, he's about the same age as my big boy. But I like watching his old content because he just stopped about a month ago, but he may come back. But he does have a Facebook too, so y'all can go look at his Facebook. So if y'all want to contact him, y'all can. But any donations y'all can throw towards him to help him with his wildlife rescue, that would be cool. I normally don't give shout outs to people. Like I do sometimes, but I don't. But yeah, he's one that deserves it, and he is out here in Texas, and I'm not really that popular, but I figured I'd give him a shout out because I figure, if someone deserves some love out here, it would be him. And I'm not a greedy person. I am very humble, and, people are like, why didn't you ask? I'm like, my family works. I'm not, have anything big going on. I'm not doing huge remodeling, taking care of. I do have animals that I take care of, but not like he does. He's got a farm. Like he's got 2 farms actually. So that's why I give him a shout out, because he's very humble. I mean, he's doing it because he loves animals, and that's something I was passionate about, because that's another thing I wanted to do. I had so many things. I wanted to work in a zoo. I wanted to work as a veterinarian. I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a scientist. I wanted to be a cop. I wanted to be a detective. Then the detective part I really wanted to do because I can figure things out about people quicker than most people. And I actually helped the cops out in El Paso dealing with a lot of stuff. And that's when they were like, well, if you stay out here, kid, you could be a private detective. We can actually help you get your license. And I'm like, for real? I was like, hell yeah. So, I mean, that's something I was really considering, was being a detective, because, I was thinking Carmen Sandiego, and I love that cartoon, Carmen Sandiego, because that's what got me kind of intrigued. That got me to change my mind was Carmen Sandiego, because I thought she was so cool. And then I looked up to Xena. And people always told me when I was younger and my hair was darker, I looked like her. I looked like Lucy Lawless. That's what everybody compared me to, because my eyes were more blue and more vibrant, and I had my teeth, and my hair was darker brown. And then I used to dye my hair black. And they were like, oh my God, you look like Xena. I'm like, thank you. Or then I look like Elvira, because I would wear the shirts and you could see my cleavage, and then my hair was black, and then my eyes were icy blue, and then I had that temptress thing going on. But that's a whole nother topic. Anywho, thing is, we need to get a better hold of Texas out here, and we need to focus on things that are more important. Okay? We need to focus on getting the ketamine out of here. We need to focus on the fentanyl. We need to focus on putting stricter gun rules out here, because people are getting, like, we just had a shooting out at literally where we had a Ballora, Killeen, and people are like, Killeen ain't that dangerous. They're trying to shut down Temple Mall where I live. And to me, Killeen needs to be shut down, and that money needs to get transferred to Temple, because Killeen is dangerous. And I don't care what anybody says. Killeen, when it is, they're killing. You know what I'm saying? Because there's military people out there that have gangs going on. And I know about it because I used to run with them. I used to stomp with them. I was actually involved with them. So I know exactly what's going on out there. I just don't run with them no more, because it ain't my shit. My nephew ran with them, and he's in jail, no thanks to them. His stupid mom doesn't know. I know. Yeah, I know a lot of shit about Killeen. Dumb people here in Temple don't think I don't know. I'm not trying to get myself shot, but there's things that I know. That's why I'm keeping certain things. I'm not mentioning who they are, but I know. Killeen, the military up there, they all need to get investigated, and it needs to get closed. There's a lot of corruption up there. There's a lot of racism, corruption. A lot of the businesses in Killeen that are good need to come down. Here, there's a lot of mafia up in Killeen. Yeah, I know. So yeah, people don't think it's dangerous. Me coming from a bigger city, from like El Paso, Texas, when I was around mafia, cartel, and everything else, I know what they look like, and I can smell them a mile away. Because I used to be like, that's one, that's one, and the cops are like, damn, you're good. I'm like, mm-hmm. I know it when I see it, and it's not because, oh, I watch TV shows. No, I used to be friends with them. They thought I was a cute kid. They also befriended my mom. My mom were friends with half the mafia guys in Dallas because they used to come to the restaurant and they used to protect my mom from my dad. So yeah, when you get protected from the mafia guys, you kind of learn. You know who they are because they kinda have a thing. You know what I'm saying? You learn to spot them. I mean, you spot all of them. You learn how to spot the Asian ones. You learn how to spot the Hispanic ones. You learn how to spot the Italian ones. It don't take much. You learn the cars. You learn the suits. You learn the attitude. You even learn to see where they put their guns in their suits. It ain't much. They're not very slick. Well, to to the normal eye, they are, but to a trained eye that's been friends with them, it ain't that slick. Do I want to turn them in? Not necessarily, but they need to stomp somewhere else because I don't need my kids being somewhere dangerous, okay? I'm not hating on them because I know it's a family thing, but when they're endangering people and they're hurting innocent people, I have something to say about it because you're in my neighborhood now. I'm an adult now. I'm not a child. I didn't have kids back then, so I didn't care if I lived or died. So yeah, I befriended stupid people. I befriended bad people. Okay. So when you're young, dumb, and I wasn't full of cum at that time because I was a virgin. I know that was disgusting. I'm sorry. Uh, Men say it all the time. So why can't a woman say it? Double standards. Anyway. Um, Anywho. Um, when I was young, befriending people like that was pretty cool because, when you're getting bullied and you have big, intimidating, scary guys like that as your friends, and even sometimes the girls, it's nice having them come pick you up from school in their nice cars and then they kind of intimidate the kids. It's actually nice. That's when I stopped getting bullied as a younger child. You know what I'm saying? It was nice. Especially sometimes when they rolled up in the limo. It was nice. Um, but sometimes they mostly just rolled up in the Mercedes and shit like that. And then my neighbors in the trailer park were like, "You don't know me. You don't know who you're messing with." They toured with Little Joe and La Familia. Yeah, I knew who they were. They were trash. They were roadies. Yeah, I knew who exactly they were. I recognized the dad. It's like stupid. He was the fucking roadie from Little Joe. Yeah, I knew who he was. Little Joe used to go to freaking Elmer's in El Paso, Texas. I know exactly who he was because I actually went to Elmer's all the time. My mom was the manager at Elmer's and the cashier. The guy at the time when we used to live there, his name was Woody, and his stupid freaking nephew's name was Rafik. Rafik wanted to marry me. Yeah, I know the name. Yeah, I'm trashing them because I got harassed by his nephew all the time. He told me when I was 15 or 18 he was going to marry me, and this guy, hairy as hell, looked like a scary ass monkey. Made me want to puke. My friend at the time, Wendy, made fun of him. She's like, Rafiki, Rafiki, tiki, 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 tiki. It was funny as hell. I can't stand her now because she was being rude to me. But at that time, it was hilarious as hell that she was defending me. And my mom's friend at the time, Clay, if you're still alive, it's a shout out to you. Thank you for defending me as a child. He stuck up for me. He told him, he goes, "You put your hands on that child or you try anything with that child, I'll kill you." I just wish he could have been my dad instead of the man she married. And I know Clay probably did not want to adopt me, and that kills me because I actually was very attached to that man, and I would have been honored for him to be my father instead because he was talented. He played the guitar. We had more in common. I mean, he wouldn't have abused me or anything or hurt my children the way the man my mom was with. So it's just, I'm disappointed he didn't choose my mom and me because he seemed like he cared. So yeah, it's just, I've been through a lot, and I'm just mad and hurt at a lot of things in my life. And I'm just mad at where I'm stuck, and My grandma got me stuck in Texas and I'm pissed. And it's like, I can't leave. And then I have dumb people making choices that are not my choices. And it's like, I'm trying to voice my choices and hopefully it makes sense. And I'm actually vote. I do vote and I'm voicing it. And it's like, I hope it makes a difference and it gets somewhere, but it's hard to say where it's going to go. So I hope it hits something and maybe makes a change, because it's like when the PTSD flashes, man, like right now, it's hitting and you can tell. That's why I cry a lot on my videos, because it gets very overwhelming for me. And when the memories come, it's like you can't control what happens. It's like it gets very emotional and wrecking for you. And it's just like it builds up and it comes out. And you can't do nothing about it, but just let it come out. And I'm raw. I don't mind crying on camera because it's real. And I don't care if you're, oh my gosh, she's a crybaby. I'm not a crybaby, but I'm damaged. Okay, I'm a broken person. I glued myself back together. My family is my glue. And I put myself back together with the help of my family, with their glue. But it's still like I need the other help, because even with having them, you still need a chemical or something or herb to help balance you out. Or I get suicidal on top of it. And I don't want to get locked up in a hospital. I told my family I would go. But the thing is, it's just like, I know they're going to keep me there probably for a long time. And I don't want to be away from my family. Y'all don't know how scary that is. And it's like, if I have this one thing, I can be with my family and I don't have to be away. And I'll be fine. And these greedy jerks are harming me because they rather have something that will kill them faster over their religious racism ridiculousness. And they think it's a drug when it's not, because they're poorly educated. And it's ridiculous. So I'm going to leave this here because I left a lot of information to process. And I mean, I could pull up facts, but I could do that in another video because there's just a lot to digest in this video. But yeah, I'm going to leave it here. I hope any information helps. Like I said, if y'all need any information dealing with hemp, cannabis, delta, THCA, anything, sativa, how any of it works, where to buy products, which, stores are the best, like which gummies work better, if they work, which type of blend works, because I'm gonna try a new blend to where it says it like if you hit on it, like you don't cough as much. I'm gonna try that next, because sometimes I get to a certain point on a J or a blunt that's pre-rolled from a company that I buy from, because my daughter she rolls for me sometimes when I buy the bud. I buy the bud from a store, not from a private, person that comes up and I buy it out of the cart. I don't do that shit no more. Hell no. Because that shit's bad. Like I said, seed, freaking, and y'all better not be doing that so y'all could catch private sellers too, because I would rather buy from a vendor, and it's safer because I'm not going to get laced shit from a vendor. Y'all need to quit. But anyway, but yeah, I could tell y'all which ones to buy or suggest. I'm not going to be sitting here bossing y'all around. I could tell y'all which ones preferably work for me that I've tried. I could tell y'all the flavor profiles and by the taste, the smell, because I prefer doing indica, because indica is very relaxing It helps me sleep. And sometimes I do an indica sativa hybrid because it's very calming, relaxing. You could be social and relaxing at the same time, which I do that one. And then there's one sativa, but you have to read it to make sure it gives you the right you know, mental clarity high, I guess. Um, it will relax you, but it also helps you do stuff because mostly sativa is it makes you active. There's some that actually make you sexual. They're like aroused. Just in case like you can't get aroused, but I've tried the aroused ones. It made my ovaries hurt. Like it gave me blue balls. It actually did. Made me feel like I had blue balls. I told my husband my ovaries have never hurt so bad in my life when I tried the aroused one. And I'm like, man, I ain't doing that again. I was like, oh, hell no. That shit hurt. I was like, no, 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 no. Oh, like, hell. Man, that was like, oh, hell. I'm like, if that's what y'all feel like when y'all ain't getting it, I'm so sorry. It's like, I ain't never going to tease you again. I'm like, oh, damn, that's bad. I was like, whew, both of them was hurting. Not just one, but both. And it was like, it felt like I got kicked in my ovaries. And I mean, and not just a normal kick. It was like the ultimate steel toe boot kick. It was like, oh my God. I was like, what the hell? And it hurt for hours. I was like, can someone please find me medicine? Oh my God. I had to go outside and smoke. It was horrible. But anyway, that comes from mood. The smokable might be better. So I might try that next. I might try their J's and see how they work, see if they're better on the aroused one. The gummies did not work, so I might have to ask someone in the neighborhood where I live if they want to try it, see if it maybe works for them. And because it may just be my chemical, balance, because with endometriosis, you sometimes have problems, and plus diabetes, you have problems getting aroused. And it is very true for females and males. If you have just even diabetes, it's problem having the arousal, and it is fact. And the problem is, I'm a very aroused person because it's just me being me. And on top of having endometriosis, sometimes is very painful for me at times. So that makes it a double negative. There's like, so now, there's extra steps that I have to take to make it where it's Gucci for me, where it's all good and yay, yay, yay. I'm not going to get, all into it. I'm just giving y'all so people understand if you have endometriosis and diabetes or one or the other, it's going to be an issue for you eventually. It might not be an issue now, or it is. Because if you have diabetes, it didn't start kicking in for me right away when I got diabetes. But like say 2-3 years later, I noticed a change. It's like I wasn't interested anymore. I didn't feel the urgency or the urge, which pissed me off. I enjoy it very much. So like I said, I'm a very aroused individual. I'm a Scorpio. We're very aroused. My husband likes that about me. Because he used to tell me he wasn't a damn machine. I've never heard a man say that before, but he actually used to love that. He used to get giggled out of it. But he asked me about it, and then I told him I had to talk to my doctor and ask him about it. And I did, and they said, yeah, that's a normal thing from diabetes. I'm like, what about endometriosis? And they wouldn't answer me. So I did my own research. And of course, yes, it does affect you. You get the pain. The arousal is kind of like out the window sometimes. It's iffy. So, I mean, there's gels that help with it. There's medications that help with it. I don't do the medications. It's just I know how to fix myself because I've done it for so long, and doing my research and studying it and reading up on things. And I've studied tantric and tantric yoga and just a whole bunch of different things just to better myself and learn the female body, because there's just things I wanted to learn generally because I wanted to understand how to please my partner better when I got married. And people thought that was just crazy. I did that as a younger person. I'm like, dude, I want to be a good partner. I want to be a good lover. And it's like, I feel every partner should do that for their partner, because it's something that's sacred, and it's a journey. It's something you're going to be exploring each other. And it's something that, you're sharing each other's souls in a sense of speaking. And it's not just, it is sometimes it can be animalistic, but other times is very passionate, and your souls are literally becoming one. You're literally becoming one human being. I mean, literally, it's like you're separated until that time. So it's like it doesn't have to be, cochino, like nasty. You can actually make it where it's intelligible and it's actually more meaningful. That's where the passion comes from. That's where it becomes delectable. It becomes more, out of this world. And that's where people want to go, where it's mental. It's not just physical, it's spiritual. And that's where I like taking it. And that's where I know how to tune into it and make it where I know how to do that stuff, so I don't have to go to extremes and take medicine, and I don't have to return to the jellies or anything like that, because most people have to. I'm lucky, I'm fortunate, since I've studied, I don't have to do that. So I would suggest people study if you do. Because a lot of people go turn to Viagra, and the doctor was even asking, do you need medicine, sweetheart? I'm like, they'll put me on a medicine that even makes it hard for me too. So I was like, no, I don't need more medicine that make it worse for me. So no, thank you. I'm fine. Because the hormone medicine they had me on to keep me from not having a period, basically to help with my endometriosis and to keep my menopause in check. It puts weight on me, and it also makes it hard for me to get aroused. So there's three things going against me: the medication, the endometriosis, and diabetes. So it's like, can you go ahead and just shoot me? Not, I don't really want to die, but it's just me being sarcastic. But this video is almost 2 hours. I've given y'all a lot of information about, everything. But I really hope, and I know I went on a tangent, and I probably filled my senators or governors' ears if they ever listen to this with a whole bunch of stuff that they probably don't need to hear, but other things that they do need to hear. And I really hope y'all listen to this, because it is actually very important things that I did touch on that do need to get touched on, like the city that has a water problem. Hang on a minute. City with water problem and all the pipes in Texas. Let me see if it'll tell me the name. Ah, dang it. I didn't even spell Texas right. I hit Z. Frickin' A. I know how to spell. Sorry about that. Let me do this. Because it was actually on the news. Okay. On the news. This may be it. I gotta read and make sure this is it. I'm not trying to be quiet on purpose. I'm trying to, in case on Georgetown. Maybe I don't know. It's a weird town. I think it starts with a L. I don't. Maybe it is Brazos. Brazos Valley groundwater. I know Dallas had an issue. They just had one up about Dallas. There's a lot of issues popping up in Texas, which is like, oh my God. They say Texas leaders weigh future water needs as draft plans highlight rising demands. And then they say America's first day, Texas City at 8% water as 1 billion emergency plan fails to keep. And it says, what happens when a city of 300,000 people and a million barrel a day refinery complex are both drinking from the same reservoirs, and those reservoirs hit 8%. Corpus Christi is starting down at November deadline with no rain in the forecast, a governor threatening a state takeover, and $1 billion in emergency. That's what I was saying. How is Corpus Christi running out of water when we literally have an ocean right outside? Like right outside. Does not make sense. I mean, it's like, are you freaking kidding me? East Texas. That's in Kyle. See, and it's like everywhere in Texas. It's like they're trying to force people out of Texas. So it's like, are they trying to give everything to Elon? Like, for real, is Elon trying to buy Texas out? Is that what's happening? I mean, I'm not trying to hypothesize, but I mean, like, what's going on, my dude? I mean, it's like Houston's having problems. And I haven't heard nothing about Houston. This might be it. Hang on a minute. Rural Central Texas communities wait for relief as aging pipelines continue to fail. Lawmakers set aside $1 billion in 2023 to address state water issues and hope to aid billions more in the 89th legislature sessions. And this came up recently again. Austin, Texas. Texas water supplies aren't keeping up with the state population's growth. Outdated systems only add to the state's water challenges. No one knows that better than rural communities throughout Central Texas, where aging infrastructures often leaves residents without water. The KVUE defenders continue tracking our state's water supply and infrastructure challenges and whether a $1 billion state water fund approved in 2003 legislative sessions has helped. For some, like Michelle Metcalf, busted pipes are nothing new. A water line break in March left Metcalf and her Somerville neighbors without water for hours. We have 100 lots, and right now there are 79 people that got water, Metcalf said. Somerville is a small Travis County community near Oak Hill, off US 290 and RM 1826. It's a neighborhood where pipes break more than they should. That sounds like Midway Mobile Home in Temple, Texas, actually. I used to live there. Oh my goodness. We had quite a bit of leaks, Metcalf said, remembering at least 7 leaks in 2024 and many more before that. In 2003, her father, Warren Lockhart, told the KVUE defenders he remembered about 15 to 20 in 2022. Related. Residents dealing with water issues created by aging infrastructures are hopeful for help this legislative session. Lockhart, 79, is the president of High Valley Water Supply Corporation, which provides water for Somerville. His daughter also works for the nonprofit water company. They say its infrastructure is so old, Lockhart has to keep dozens of replacement parts on hand for frequent repairs with a water system that's been around since the 1970s. It's just the old pipes are just slowly cracking, Metcalf said. Aging water systems are a huge problem across Texas, causing tremendous water loss and triggering boiling water notices. The most recent state data available shows that the city of Austin lost a little more than 7 billion gallons of water in 2023. That's enough drinking water to nearly fill up Lake Austin, which holds between 6 to 8 billion gallons, people. That's a lot of freaking water. That's like wasteful. Dallas, San Antonio, and Houston lost more than double and quadruple that amount. How much water did Texas cities lose in 2023, y'all? Austin, 7.1 billion gallons, folks. Dallas, 17.6 billion gallons. San Antonio, 19.5 billion gallons. But we're attacking hemp. Houston, 31.8 billion gallons. But we're worried about weed, y'all. Isn't this so funny? In 2023, Texas lawmakers passed Senate Bill 28 and Senate Joint Resolution 75. Together, the bill set aside $1 billion, creating the Texas Water Fund, in part to repair aging water systems like the one in Somerville. Do you think $1 billion is going to help that? No, they need to put more in. Cheap bastards. Travis County Commissioner Ann Howard helped Metcalf and her father apply for the Texas Water Fund, even though Howard said the county isn't in the water supply business. She pushed the county to approve $5,000 to help High Valley Water Supply Corporation apply for state funding to upgrade its water system. She also found an engineer to help with the technical aspects of the application. Howard first visited Somerville after a fire in May 2022 and made a surprising discovery. The community didn't have fire hydrants. But they put $1 billion in, y'all. Turns out the water pipes in Somerville are too small to support fire hydrants. Money for the Texas Water Fund would replace all smaller pipes with larger new ones so the Somerville community can connect to Austin Water and finally get fire hydrants. The official state rep, Vicki Goodwin, D. Austin, also helped since Somerville falls in her District 47. I've now learned of all neighborhoods in the county that also might qualify as low income, Howard said, and they should be following suit and making applications. She pointed to a neighborhood in Lakeway area. Lakeway is a neighborhood with families and seniors and people of all mixed incomes and neighborhoods that range from luxury homes to very modest conditions. Howard said, "We have found a neighborhood that relies on a water utility that they're not members of, but they too might be eligible for a grant to help them. That application is now in the hands of the Texas Water Development Board, the agency in charge of administrating the Texas Water Fund. If it works, if they get the grant, it will be extremely gratifying," Howard said. "I wake up every day knowing the people of Travis County have unmet needs, and we work every day with urgency to try to get things done. And this has taken a long time. Excuse me. But it has never, hang on, excuse me again. But it has never fallen off our radar." Brian McMath. Brian, I'm sorry for your last name. That's crazy. McMath. Talk about McDonald's. The executive administrator for the Travis Water Development Board said so far they've committed nearly $89 million for water loss projects in the communities with fewer than 10,000 people. If a community is disadvantaged, then they are eligible for up to a 70% grant. So that was somewhat of a starting point that we looked at. But one of the key characteristics of, let's say, tiny communities, communities of 1,000 or less, or even smaller communities, communities of 10,000 or less, their ability to afford debt is very limited because they have so few people. And so what we did is look at that need throughout the state and the need for leaky pipes. My dyslexicness is kicking in. I apologize. No Nubis. Whether you're funny, fuck off. Whether it's water loss, water conservation projects, it's tremendous, McMath said. McMath added, we looked at those communities, kind of assessed their ability to repay a loan and tried to tailor the financial assistance based on that need. So those tiny communities of 1,000 or less, they were eligible for a 100% grant. A breakdown of the Texas Water Fund shows a total of $195 million earned marked for water projects in a small rural communities. The rest of the projects in larger communities, public awareness, and new water supplies. But the Texas Water Fund is about to get more money. On April 2nd, 2025, the Texas Senate unanimously advanced Senate Bill 7, which would add a one-time $2.5 billion to the fund. If lawmakers and voters approve Senate Joint Resolution 66 and House Joint Resolution 7, a permanent revenue stream of $1 billion would also be added. A joint resolution requires adoption by both chambers but does not require action by the governor. It's used to propose amendments to the Texas Conjunction. Joint resolutions must also be approved by voters before taking effect. Whew. The fact that state leadership and legislature are considering these types of generational investments in the water fund to help communities throughout the state for all of those various needs is remarkable, McMath said. Frankly, a lot of the folks take water for granted. It is at the forefront of everyone's minds. The need for water, the need for proper wastewater services, the need for flood migration. Still, McMath and other water experts know it will take billions more to fix all infrastructure issues. According to a Texas 2036 report released in October 2024, it will take at least $154 billion over the next 50 years to address long-term water infrastructure issues because by 2070, the state population is expected to increase by more than 70% to more than 51 million. Oh, I hope I die before then. Texas 2036 is a nonprofit bipartisan research and advocacy group that drives state policy solutions with data. According to its website, in 2036, Texas will turn 200 years old. That same Texas 2036 report outlined why water infrastructure plays a part in the state's successful economy. The state's economy has grown by 63% over the past decade, the report said. In 2023, Texas' $2.6 trillion economy accounted for over 9% of all U.S. gross domestic product. Water infrastructure serves as one of the key cornerstones for this growth. McMath also said his agency asked for additional staff to help review grant and loan applications and disperse the additional funding to Texas communities. I don't know if I trust this dude because, there was supposed to be $1 billion put into the water business, and it's like he only put $1 million. So where did the other money go? because it's like, it sounds like they took a big chunk of it still, and it's like, that's not right. It's like, y'all are still getting paid by the state. Y'all don't need that money. So screw off. Meanwhile, Lockhart and his daughter wait for state approval of their community's request funds so they can finally replace 800 feet of piping. But the wait can take between a year to 18 months, leaving him wondering how many more leaks he'll have to fix first. It could be 20 or it could be 0, Lockhart said. Senate Bill 7 was left pending in the House Committee on Natural Resources on April 24th. And that's the end of it. And I'll actually explain what I feel on that real quick before I end this, because that is crap. Because honestly, guys, thing is, they could have repaired these pipes way sooner before it got up to even $1 million. It could have been in the thousands. But them sitting on their butts, screaming and crying about all these other things that weren't important, like crying about marijuana, they could have been fixing these pipes. I mean, like when I lived out in the trailer park at Midway, the owner, Mr. Wright, every single pipe out there needed to be replaced. There was so much trash buried underneath the trailer park. It's not even funny. If I tell the owners right now out there that live how much piping needs to be replaced, how much trash needs to be digged out from that trailer park, they need to dig out the pool and replace it. I don't know if they did, but there's so many places out here that is crap. Larry Wright needs to be investigated. He's one I'll call out too. If I could sue him for everything that I know, if a lawyer will contact me, I want to sue him and get back all my money because he has screwed me over. I got kicked out illegally. So yeah. Well, actually, I didn't get kicked out. I moved out. He didn't kick me out. So yeah, there was no eviction. I didn't even get a notice. I moved out. He was threatening me because he actually, like I said, I didn't get evicted because I have shit on him. So if a lawyer actually wants to contact me, I want to sue this dude. I really do. His name is Larry Wright, and I've got crap on him. He is a con man. If he's alive still. I have dirt on him, Scott, and I have dirt on so many people out here. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. I mean, and it's just because I paid attention. I seen what he allowed happen where I lived, and I knew the business because I had to deal with businesses. I've actually been a manager at businesses. I've actually helped run businesses. I actually hired people, trained people, did things. I mean, and then on top of it being an actual professional model on gigs, learning to talk, learning the lingo, and having to deal with certain things. And then I've done God knows how many jobs. Like I said, I've been a manager. So I understand things. That's why I'm not stupid. It's actually helped with my disability. Because if I didn't have all those jobs and all the experience I have, yeah, my disability would be showing. But the education that I've got everywhere I've worked and the things I've done, going through my mom's education, reading her books, reading my books, helping her with college, that's actually what helped me. That's the things that actually, weirdly enough, has got me through. I mean, if I could sue Texas, I'd sue Texas. I mean, because of everything that's happened here, just alone in Texas, the crap that's been done here in Texas alone, I would sue the damn state. Because it's like they wait. It's like things that need to be done, get it done. Like stupid cable guy, get her done. It's like, why are you waiting? If you know it needs to get done, stop bullshitting. Quit playing games. That's why I say women can get shit done. We don't mess around. Like if we know supper needs to get cooked, we're cooking it. We know the house needs to get clean, we'll clean it. We'll clean house. That's why there needs to be more women in the government, because we'll clean house. We ain't going to fuck around. If we know something needs to get remodeled, we are going to remodel it. We will pull all the pipe. We'll start out one place, pull the pipes out, replace it. Another place, pull the pipes up, replace it. We will kick people out, put them in a hotel for while we're doing it. We will cover all the costs because guess what? The state screwed up. So you owe those people. They don't owe you nothing. You owe them because it was your place to keep up on that city. So while you're remodeling it and you have to go underneath their house and making noises and everything, they need comfort, they need sleep, they need work and everything. You need to pay for their food, their accommodations, and everything. Alex! I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all have a good one. Love y'all.
Hey, Mama.
Hi.